Now, your breaking news and weather authority. This is WITN News First Sunrise.
Tensions continue to rise between the U.S. and Iran. What this all means for our troops here at home, and even your wallet, is straight ahead. Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Austin Pollack.
And I'm meteorologist Jim Howard. Good morning, folks. Air temp down near freezing. I'm sure did you have frost?
It was more like that moist, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Hard frost, southern Pitt County. You get away from the downtown areas. But even the downtown areas, I think the way that we're trending, you will have to work on the windshield before you can drive today. All right, so a cold start. Radar's nice and quiet. That'll change, Austin, later this afternoon. Little bit of rain coming in, probably post 3 p.m. 4, 5, 6 o'clock. I'll time out that rain. Talk about near record warmth again into the weekend. Lots to dig into, and I'll do that in just a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we're talking about rain. That radar looked completely just no green whatsoever, but I guess that's still, looking at the clock, it's still like 12 hours from now.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it, but the light rain coming in probably post 3 p.m. Right now, out the door, no precipitation whatsoever, but frost. Pretty good frost out there.
Yeah, give yourself some time. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Jim. About 2,500 Marines based right here in our state are being sent to the Middle East. This is because tensions between the U.S. and Iran continue to rise. That's according to the Marine Corps Times, which is a paper serving active, reserve, and retired U.S. Marine Corps personnel and their families. This is video of them on recent exercises. The article says the Marines are headed to the region after the U.S. ended a planned exercise with the Moroccan military. This unit includes Marines from Camp Lejeune in Jacksonville. And because of the ongoing tensions, many people are wondering if America is on the brink of war. Reed Binion explains if this is possible considering the U.S. increasing presence in the Middle East.
He's leaving somewhere around Tuesday, and his wife is due Wednesday.
As thousands of American troops head to the Middle East, military families are coping with the reality that they may soon be saying goodbye to loved ones waiting to be deployed.
He was supposed to be only doing training, and now it has obviously transpired into something else.
Outrage has taken over the streets of Iran. A sea of people turned out to witness the funeral procession of their slain commander. President Trump has now doubled down on his threat, saying that if Iran follows through on the harsh revenge they've threatened, the U.S. will strike Iranian cultural sites, which could be considered a war crime, something Secretary of Defense Mark Esper is clashing with the president on. Esper saying, quote, "We will follow the laws of armed conflict." Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is making moves to rein in the president's authority to order military action and is planning on introducing a House vote on a war powers resolution to limit the president's military actions regarding Iran. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell again defending the president's call to have Soleimani killed.
His hands bore the blood of more American service members than anyone else alive. Hundreds of American families have buried loved ones because of him.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Many of the service members are being deployed without much notice. One thoughtful group here in the East is making sure they have what they need while they're overseas. The group spent part of their day yesterday making care packages for deployed troops. These packages will go to the immediate response force of the 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg. NC Packs for Patriots worked all day making the care packages. Troops will find toiletries, snacks, books, and more inside of those packages. One veteran we spoke with was in the Army 8 years ago, stationed at Fort Bragg, and served in Iraq. He says he knows what the soldiers are going through.
When I was deployed during 9/11 at the Pentagon, it was really, we were focused on the mission, and there was not really time to think about other things, about getting stuff on the ground and protecting. So with all the heavy movement, in a way, it's kind of good because it keeps your mind off of certain things that you should not be thinking. So just hang in there and be strong.
The families may be experiencing some angst because the soldiers can't tell them exactly where they are, and understand naturally that stuff. But what we can reassure the families is that their paratroopers are trained, they're fit, and they've got their battle buddies to the left and right to help them through the situation.
Fort Bragg and other military bases in the U.S. are on heightened security alert after the killing of the top Iranian general. Military leaders say they are preparing for retaliation both overseas and here at home. Well, the price you're paying for gas is increasing because of the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. According to AAA Carolinas, prices in the Carolinas inched up slowly but could increase more depending on crude oil. After the airstrikes in Baghdad, which killed Iran's major general, crude oil prices increased. North Carolina's $2.47 average is up 1 cent based on the weekly average and 8 cents for the month. Monday's national average is $2.58 a gallon, which is 34 cents more expensive than the beginning of 2019. Deputies say they had to tase a man who tried to force his way into an Eastern Carolina church over the weekend. Craven County deputies went to the Macedonia Free Will Baptist Church outside of Vanceboro around 11:20 on Sunday morning. They say Christopher Bennett tried to go inside the church after being asked to leave. Deputies say they found Bennett fighting with church members who were trying to keep him from coming inside. Bennett appeared to be under the influence of drugs, and family members say he had been using crystal meth. Deputies said the man continued to be combative with them, and they had to tase him to take him into custody. Bennett faces several charges, including trespassing, disorderly conduct, and assault. You're up to date at 4:35 this morning. We'll go outside, get a check of the weather with Jim. And Jim, no sign of frost just yet on windshields, but definitely something in the next hour or so.